Get in there. Hello, lads and ladies, and welcome to this. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, it's my favourite time of the year where it's the playoffs. We can enjoy football, we can enjoy drama, we can enjoy agony for some teams. Some teams will get through to Wembley, some teams will keep their hopes alive, some teams will bow out in the playoffs, and League One does not disappoint. What a lineup we have. We have Sheffield Wednesday, who finished the season on 96 points, missing out on promotion. They've only lost 3 games from their last 33 games. That wasn't enough, as Ipswich picked them with 98. And the second best team in the league, who finished top of the league, Plymouth Argyle, managed to amass over 100 points. And then you've also got Barnsley, who joined them. They'll play Bolton tomorrow. And Peterborough, who snuck in on the last day of the season at the expense of Derby County, who did play Sheffield Wednesday as well. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Tonight we'll have live reactions to the playoff, or the action from the first half as well. So if you're watching the game, stick along with us as well. We are watching on a Sky Go device. So if you are kind of a little bit ahead, I won't be looking at the comments all the time, trying obviously not to look, because we are 30 seconds behind the actual real footage, but we'll come to the comments as well. Come on Wednesday, it's a huge game for Sheffield Wednesday, this. It's a must for Darren Moore. If Darren Moore doesn't get the job done and doesn't win over these next 3 games, obviously you can kind of lose, you can afford to lose one, really. If you win one 2-0 and lose one 1-0, you're through. I don't think he'll be Sheffield Wednesday manager next season. He has to win this. Last year he was given time because it was his first year in football, at the football club, and he played Sunderland. Let's be honest, Sunderland are a massive football club, and their expectation is as high as Sheffield Wednesday's. Let's be honest, if not higher. He's got to get the job done tonight. Darren Ferguson, whatever happens at Peterborough, has done a remarkable job. 59% win percentage, which is the highest in his career. 13 wins from 22. The form they've been in to get inside the playoffs has been remarkable. They're averaging under 1.5 points a game. When he came into the football club, Grant McCann at the time, who's just gone back into football today, at Doncaster. Sheffield Wednesday, come on. Again, a lot of Sheffield Wednesday fans here tonight. And again, they've sold out at Peterborough. It's going to be a good crowd. This is where everything's at stake. It is. And the first legs are normally cagey affairs. They're not great watches. But I think Peterborough need to come out like a wounded animal. They really do, because although they're in that position where they finish 6th, and they're the most in kind of normally this team who finishes in 6th are the most informed, because Sheffield Wednesday have missed out on top 2. Peterborough are just buzzing to be in the playoffs. That was always their aim and always their focus. Wednesday probably weren't focusing on the playoffs up until 6 to 8 games ago. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how Peterborough go out tonight, because you think a draw isn't enough going to Hillsborough. They'd probably have to take a 1-0 lead. Minimum, like Sunderland did last year, and it was something for them to hold on to. Remember as well, Sunderland were 1-0 up in the game until very late. 15 minutes to go, Lee Gregory scored, and then it wasn't until late on where Patrick Roberts scored the winner. I was at the game, and there was only one side in the game, and it wasn't Sunderland, but again, having that one goal has helped them. Right then, here we go. All neutrals are posh tonight, says Tony. I look at it, which team do I want to cover and which team do I want to go to next year? I want to go to both of these. I'd rather Barnsley or Bolton up, preferably. But I think Barnsley will win the playoffs. Let me know who you think will win the playoffs, by the way, guys, for the Championship, League One, League Two. I've gone for Middlesbrough, Barnsley, Bradford. Any time to discuss Alfie Mate or Wrexham, which is getting stronger, shall we just give Wrexham the League Two title next year? Him and Paul Mullen up front. Wow, that is phenomenal. Nervous come on Wednesday. I hate playoffs. I really do hate playoffs. It's kind of like the worst time of the year if you're in them. but the best time of the year. It's weird because Peterborough fans have said all year how they want to get in the playoffs, how it's playoffs. And now they're in them, they'll be thinking, oh dear, I don't like playoffs. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if Wednesday win tonight, it's going to be very hard for Peterborough to come back. Very hard. It is all on tonight for them, where I think Wednesday, if they can get out there with a draw, I think Wednesday go there and try and come away with a 1-0 or a 0-0. It'll be very interesting. Here we are. He's Jack. Go and subscribe to him, by the way. League One content creator as well. Very good at what he does, and go and give him some support. Good evening, Cods. Thank you very much. Do you think Argyle will stay up next season? They're going to have to recruit. They really are, and I do think they'll have enough, but they're going to have to improve, and that's that's a fact. Hi, all Fleetwood Luddians. Love that. Is it an in-free zone tonight? It is. Jake's not here tonight. I've given him the night off. Wednesday, third best team in the league. Hopefully they'll do it. They'll do it and join Ipswich in the Championship. Sheffield Wednesday are very unfortunate, but that loss to Forest Green, the loss to Barnsley has killed them. And we always say one moment can decide a season. Well, that they did, didn't they? So it's going to be very interesting. Hi, Nappers. Great to see you at our last game of the season. So glad we didn't need a result at Fleetwood to go up. I was worried about Norwood spoiling our party at Barnsley and having to play. Yep, absolutely. I predicted Ipswich for the playoffs at the start of the season. Predicted them third and obviously fourth in my most recent video. And it was good to see them get promoted. They were poor against us both times we played them. That's a fact. I didn't think they were any good, but again, over the course of 46 games, they were phenomenal. The run they went on was just remarkable, and I've watched them so many times, and they've been good. They were just kind of celebrating, already job done, and it would have been interesting if it would have gone to the last day. Believe me, it wouldn't have been a 2-2 game. We're all posh tonight, aren't we? A lot of love for the Borough. Borough, Bolton, and Bradford. I think the winner comes from the other game. I really do. I just worry for Sheffield Wednesday. I don't know. There's just something there. Barnsley are poor. I can see a Darren Fergie masterclass here. Barnsley are a good side. Look, the last 3 games, they've conceded 9 goals, but they've kind of had the focus taken off and they know they're in the playoffs. And when that happens, you can kind of, not down tools a little bit, kind of save yourselves for these games. Put it that way. After watching Peterborough away at Port Vale, although we backed them 3-0 on the turf, wouldn't want them to play in the playoffs. Yes, absolutely. That's one of the games that they've won. They've gone on a great run since Darren Ferguson came into the football club. They beat Plymouth at home 5-2. They did beat Wednesday at home in the earlier fixture. They lost away 1-0. And that was under Darren Ferguson. They went away for Accrington and Morecambe and won recently as well. Went away to Barnsley to get in the playoffs as well. So they've had some impressive victories. Away from home, there's been a couple of poor results. He did actually get battered to Bolton as well, 5-0. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this pans out. It wouldn't surprise me if all 4, if Wednesday went up, it wouldn't surprise me if Barnes went up, it wouldn't surprise me if Peterborough went up, and it wouldn't surprise me if Sheffield Wednesday went up. That's how close these playoffs are. And you look at the odds, they're all very similar. They are. And the playoffs, Peterborough, finished, when you look at it, 19 points behind Sheffield Wednesday, and they could still finish above them. Still get to Wembley. It doesn't matter about being 19 points ahead. All that matters is these next, 180 minutes. When Lincoln win the playoffs, we had to face Sunderland, narrowly lost to Blackpool in the final. Yes, I watched it. We did a watch long on this channel, actually, and they were very good, Lincoln, on the day. Remember, they took a 2-goal lead. And then, again, it was 2-0 at the stadium, very quickly. And then Tom Hopper scored, and it was 2-1, wasn't it, in the end? Personally, I'd like to see a Sheffield Wednesday versus Bolton final. I'm not bothered who I see. I just want to see a good final. That's it. I want to see the best team go up over the course of the playoffs, because you don't need to be the best team over 46 games. When you're in the playoffs, it's the best team over the 2 or 3 games, really. And it's who does things at the right times, who who gets the goal at the right times, who can defend. We're going to see scrappy moments. And these first legs, they aren't great watches, put it that way. But, you know, it's going to be a very, very interesting one. As an Ipswich Town fan, I wouldn't say we've been poor against you. Cosney, massive credit, great opposition, great game plans cause us real issues. Yeah, a great Fleetwood game, game plans got better over the course of the season, but Ipswich didn't really offer anything against Fleetwood, I thought, if I'm honest with you. I thought that, the quality of Ipswich should be able to break a Fleetwood Town side down. But again, credit to us as well. It was a good draw, really, for us. Again, let us know what you think your score predictions will be as well. I'm going to go 1-1 tonight. I think it'll be a draw, very close affair. Wouldn't surprise me if there was no goals. It really wouldn't, put it that way. But no, going to be a good game. And, the winner goes to Wembley. Sheffield Wednesday are going to be backed on Thursday night at Hillsborough. They are going to, fill the place out. Peterborough have done the same tonight. You've got over 2,000 Sheffield Wednesday fans that have travelled down. Sold out within, kind of minutes of them being on sale. But again, they know the heartbreaker last year. And the first thing I'd have done is play that Sunderland game back. From last year. Remember, from that Sunderland game over the 2 legs, the first game, they were very, very poor. They were awful. Sheffield Wednesday, I don't think they even mustered a shot on target. And the second leg, they were much better. They had to beat. They were at home. They were 1-0 down. Tonight, they need to stick in the game. If it goes 2-0 Peterborough, it could be very, very interesting. We saw Wycombe MK Dons last year. Wycombe took a 2-goal lead to Stadium MK. Wycombe and Peterborough, or Wycombe last year and Peterborough this year, very similar sides. Score goals but concede goals. When you look at it, Peterborough have scored 75 goals. Taking a 2-goal lead like Wycombe did to MK last year is huge because Wycombe actually lost that game 1-0 the second leg and managed to go through. Both teams are out. We will read out the team very soon. It's just on the ticker down below. If you could like tonight's stream as well while you're in, that would be appreciated. Keep the comments coming, guys. That would be massively appreciated. Again, all the support on the channel does mean a lot. Again, 4-2-3-1 for the Posh. Norwich in goal, Ward and Burrows. Your wing backs, they're very, very good, very attacking wise. It's kind of like having 2 wingers really at full back, and you've got the main man Clark Harris, as you can see. Up the pitch, Kimu Poku is a very good player. Mason Clark again, a good young talent. Jack Taylor, I think he'll play in the Premier League one day. I think he's one of the best players in the league. Wednesday look to be playing a 4-3-4-3 or a 3-4-1-2. It'll definitely be Windass just behind the big 2 in Patterson and Smith. They are units, aren't they? Again, Palmer and Johnson as your wing backs as well. It's going to be interesting to see wing back against wing back, really. I think that'll be very crucial. And Bannon and Will Vokes in midfield. The quality is just remarkable. And that London Road end at the Posh is bouncing behind the goal. Again, it's going to be very, very interesting. Again, keep the comments coming in, guys. We've got Super Michael Duffy. I love him. I love Michael Duff. As an Ipswich Town fan, I've read that one. Can you shout me out? A shout out for you, boy. We're all Yorkshire, are we? Wednesday and Barnsley. Absolutely. I was in Sheffield last night, and there's a lot of Sheffield Wednesday and Barnsley fans there that I spoke to, and very confident for the playoffs, which they could end up playing each other. Good luck to the South Yorkshire Police on that one. As a Bolton fan, come on, Peterborough, I do not fancy Sheffield Wednesday. If you're in the playoffs, I don't believe in I'd rather play this, I'd rather play them. Look, I get that, and I get the argument for Peterborough, but they're just as dangerous as Wednesday. I think with Wednesday, you take out their fan base, I don't think you'd be as scared. I think Wednesday just come with this intimidating factor of massive football club, good team as well. Whereas Peterborough are a good team, but they're not as big football club, so they don't seem as scary. Up the Owls, we're all Wednesday, aren't we? Upper Wednesday. Totally don't need Wednesday for my bet. Well, I put a threefold on. I put those 3 wins I said before in Barnsley to win League One, Bradford to win League Two, and Middlesbrough to win the Championship. Do I want those winners? Potentially no. I'm not bothered who wins League One. I just wish all the teams the bet. But the go, mate. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. Evening, hello, Alan. How we doing, mate? Good to see you. Hope you're well. I'm going to go 1-1. Going to be a draw in this one. Again, it looks 4-2-3-1 against 3-4-1-2 when I've seen on the pitch. Josh Windass, I want to highlight. I think he'll be crucial in tonight's battle when he plays Wednesday or a better side. He got injured and they went on that little bit of a blip, didn't they? So it's going to be very interesting to see how he does for his beloved Sheffield Wednesday, son of Dean Windass, and we're underway. And it's a long ball forward already that Norris will take into his palms. Again, good goalkeeper, Will Norris, experience at the level, and he's going to be crucial over these next 2 legs. I think he's going to be a busy man, more than likely in the second leg as well. Peterborough, very good at home, scored bucket loads over the last, few years in League One as well. They have got the league's joint top goal scorer on 26, and Johnson Clark Harris level with Connor Chaplin. He's got 57 goals, Johnson Clark Harris, in his last 2 seasons in Sky Bet League One. He scored 12 last year in the Championship. He'll be hoping for another year in the Championship, the front man. Again, I think what's going to be important for Peterborough, the wingers, Mason Clark, Kimu Poku, very lively, very bright. Going to have to be good defensively as well. Going to be organised. Sheffield Wednesday just sitting in that shape, not really pressing. I say that as Michael Smith goes to press. But again, it's going to be, I think Wednesday will have to use the height and the physicality of a Michael Smith to get out at times as well. And Sheffield Wednesday are just pinning Peterborough in with the shape, and they just won the ball back and managed to get it through. It does ricochet back to the Posh. Do away goals count for anything? No, not in the playoffs, and I'm glad for that, because my issue with away goals, I liked it in the Champions League as a neutral. I know, and many people might not know this, but Fleetwood have never been in the Champions League. We'll come back to this as Peterborough have flown forward. They're into the box. Again, scrambled across, and just a great recovery in there as well. Peterborough just flying out the blocks to get the ball forward. And again, I said how much they needed to make a bright start. On this right-hand side, it's a really good interception. It does go out for a throw-in as well. I think it's Michael Hickway with the block, and Ward will take the throw-in. Ward again, and ever-present in this Peterborough side. Will Vokes will go to press. Will Vokes seems to have his own goal of the season candidate this year as a long ball is speculative well over. No, away goals don't count. I liked it in the Champions League, but say if it was 1-1 and 0-0, for example, the team that are kind of at home have longer. Do you get what I mean? Like, they have longer if it goes to extra time to score another goal, and go through on away goals potentially. And that's why I didn't like it, and I'm glad they kind of got rid of it in the end. What's your thoughts on League One for next season? There's some teams saying it's poor. It was poor this year. Let's be honest about it. There was 4 good teams. Peterborough and Portsmouth and Wycombe were okay. Charlton were the best of the rest. And other than that, it wasn't really great, was it? So, Ipswich fans are saying, do you think this is the best League One there's ever been? No. You're good. Plymouth are good. Wednesday are decent. Barnsley are very good as well. And then Bolton, Peterborough, decent as well. And then you've got 7 or 8 decent teams. I think it's the same next year. I really do. But I do think anyone that's finished between 10th and 18th this year can probably get into the playoffs next year. I really do believe that with a good window, retain your better players. Keep up the amazing content. Thank you very much. For anyone's watching, please like the stream, subscribe if you're new. that'd be massively appreciated. We're 5 minutes into the game. Wednesday playing a high line, and they've got the ball and trying to come on to the Posh in the opening stages here. Again, they're a good side. Sheffield Wednesday, they do what they do well, and it's beneficial for them. Look, do I think they play the best football in League One? I don't. But again, it works for them. And that's all that matters. Just waiting on Donny Rovers to come up, lol. It may be waiting another year for that, I think. What's your thoughts on League One? On to that one. Hello, Luca. I hope you're well, mate. Again, nearly 5 minutes in, and it's still goalless in this one. Darren Moore against Darren Ferguson, the battle of the Darrens. Again, Darren Moore used to manage Doncaster Rovers and West Brom. Done very well for Sheffield Wednesday since being in League One. They got 11 more points this season than they did last season. Again, they conceded less goals this year, 13 to be precise, and they scored more goals as well, kept more clean sheets. They kept a clean sheet 1 in 2, 23 clean sheets to their name this season as Peterborough try and unlock that back door. Peterborough again are high scorers, 1.6 a game, but that matters for nothing. On the day, they're equal, and Peterborough have to go in with at least a positive result in my eyes. Don't go losing the game, because that could be very difficult as well. Kiprianu in midfield as well, the Cyprus man. I'm sorry if I ballsed up the pronunciation of that. A few Ipswich fans in here tonight celebrating their promotion to the Championship. And again, Wednesday trying to slip balls in behind Posh's back four. As Posh, they like a high line at Peterborough, and they like to get forward, like to use the wing backs high as well. And you can just see Patterson, Windass and Smith taking advantage for that. It's going to be very interesting. Again, the ground looks, you know, they said it's a sellout. There's a few empty seats, but again, it's pretty much sellout as well. Wednesday backed in good numbers as well. Again, Barry Bannon pressing like a workhorse. He never stops, that man. Again, a loyal servant to Sheffield Wednesday. He was gutted last year after losing out in the playoffs to Sunderland. As Sheffield Wednesday are in, it's 1-on-1. What a save by Will Norris. It's a brilliant, brilliant save from that man in goal. I said he's going to be important. I said he's going to have to come up at big moments, and he's done that again. But sloppiness from the Posh has let Sheffield Wednesday in. Really, really poor. Just look at it again. I said about that high line, and he just got in. Again, what a save from Will Norris. It was Michael Smith, the former Rotherham man. I think he's got 17 goals to his name this season. He scored on the last day of the season against Derby, the penalty just before half-time that sealed 96 points and sealed that they would be playing Peterborough in this one. He should be doing so much better there, the talisman. But it's a good save by the goalkeeper, 1-on-1. Will that be the moment that we say could cost Sheffield Wednesday in this playoff? This is what happens in the playoffs. Big moments at times can cost you. It's going to be very, very interesting. See how that one develops. Hello, Nappers. Hello, Paul. Welcome to the channel. Keep your comments coming in, guys. That'd be appreciated. Again, any League One questions, let us know in the comment section below. Again, that's a big, big chance. You know, he's been in good form, Michael Smith, lately. You know, that proves it. Again, Sheffield Wednesday, you're pushing up the park, really. When Peterborough have the ball and passing it along the back, they push up the pitch. So there could be room for, you know, a long ball over the top, or, you know, Sheffield Peterborough can work it round them. And as they're doing now, and Ward out to the far side. Ward again on this right-hand side. Ward can't go quite past his man, and Liam Palmer with the interception. But Peterborough will come again. Ward into the box, crosses in, and just goes over the bar. Ward again, a big figure in this Peterborough side. He's just as important as a Jonson Clark-Harris is. Again, Liam Palmer, again, with a couple of good blocks in there. Liam Palmer, Mr. Versatile, played over 300 games for Sheffield Wednesday, a club legend, and one of which that many will debate, is he into League One team of the season? He can play anywhere for you, right wing back, right back, right, on the far right and midfield. He can even slip into a right centre-half position. That's what you want. Just going back to that save, it's a good save. It's a good, strong left arm by Will Norris, and Michael Smith will be kicking himself. They are chances that don't come off too often. They are chances that you literally do for 2-3 hours a day on the training pitch for big moments like that. And Will Norris has just saved his side, because you go 1-0 down in the first 10 minutes, you have to all of a sudden go at it, and then you leave yourself up for the counter-attack. That save could be huge in the outlook of this game. It really, really could be. So happy to say we got the job done. Don't think my heart could take the playoffs. I always say I want Fleetwood to challenge for the top 6 again and be in there. But believe me, I'd be a nervous wreck. I'd honestly, I couldn't cope with this right now. My angina, as I call it, will be all over it, Gaff. Do you think Fleetwood could make the playoffs next season? I don't see why not. Going to take a lot of doing, though. That's all I'll say. I think Fleetwood will finish in the top 10 next year, without a doubt. Ward again. Peterborough, kind of having more of the possession. Sheffield Wednesday have had the big chance in this kind of first 11 to 12 minutes. Sheffield Wednesday shape's very good as well. Peterborough moving the ball nicely as well, from right to left. And again, you can kind of just see that they're organised shape when the goals go at the same time. Vokes and Bannon go at the same time. The wing-backs push up at the same time. They're very well drilled, and that's what Darren Moore does. And that's why they've been on 96 points. The little things that you don't notice sometimes, kind of the wing-backs pushing up, when to press, when to sit in, game management as well. Wednesday only dropped 42 points this year. They got over 2 points a game for a reason. Again, and they press again. And Will Norris is very fancy there and goes past his man. And Peterborough are playing with fire, but they're playing it really nicely. And they've done really well to kind of get away with it there. But Wednesday, I tell you what, have been a lot more ambitious in their approach. I thought they'd kind of sit in. And Barry Bannon's the man who presses. I said before how good he is workhorse, and Will Norris with the silky feet. It's good to see that Will Norris has been watching videos of Alex Cairns in the last few moments. Hello, welcome to the channel, mate. Hope you are well. Who do you think will go down this season in the Premier League? I think Southampton, I think Leeds, and I think Leicester. There you are. Again, we're coming up to we're over a quarter of the way through this first half, and I think both sides will be happy. They've grown into it. It's been a good game so far here at the old London Road. Peterborough's a good away day. It's one of the better ones in the division as well. Thoughts on Cambridge retain list? Yes, I've seen Lincoln have released theirs. Regan Pools after Football Club. We'll come back to that now because Peterborough are on the attack. They've got into the box. Shot. It's a good block by Michael Hickway in there as well. There's balloons on the pitch as well. Ball into the box. It's scrambled. And it'll come toward 30 yards from goal. Right foot will dink it back into the box. Again, headed away, and Sheffield Wednesday can bring it away and up the pitch. Again, a long ball forward that will try and reach Michael Smith. Can't quite do so on this occasion as well. As Peterborough come back up the pitch. Still 0-0, guys. Let me know if you're watching the game as well. Yeah, but it's a good retain. I've seen Regan Pools left Lincoln. Sam Smith's obviously left Cambridge as well. Joe Ironside left them as well. So you're going to need a striker. With the main two leaving. Who else have released theirs? Morecambe obviously released theirs. Fleetwood released theirs. Most have. I'm surprised how quickly. Obviously, but teams do now generally plan for the future in the middle half of the year, really. the Caribbean League team next season looks rather poor next season, IMO. You say that, right? The teams coming down from the Championship, I agree with. That's the difference, really. I think you've still got... Look, you had all of a sudden 3 of Peterborough, Sheffield Wednesday, Barnsley and Bolton, and it looks totally different. And then potentially Bradford or Stockport or Salford, they'd all probably compete at this level. And Carlisle, it wouldn't be too bad either. Stockport and Bradford have got decent budgets. Salford will just splash the cash like Fleetwood do, really. So, it's not complete yet. You've got to remember that as well. I think it'll be more competitive than it is this year. This year, it's been poor, but when they've got the ball, I think it's Windass that's on it. He goes past his man and draws a foul. I'd say 25 yards from goal to the left-hand side, and it's going to be a yellow card for I think it's Frankie Kent who's got the booking. But again, Sheffield Wednesday pick the ball up in the middle of the pitch and just drive with it at Peterborough. And Peterborough are backstalling. It was Josh Windass, that man who I said Wednesday are better with than without. Draws a foul. That's what he's good. He's so good on the ball, Josh Windass. And, it is Frankie Kent with the booking as well. Am I right in thinking as well? Let me know in the comments down below. If you get a yellow card in the first leg and a yellow card in the second leg, can you play in the final? Or is that wrong? Let me know in the comments. I don't know if that's a rule. But again, Frankie Kent's going to have to be careful if it is. But Sheffield Wednesday have got a free kick. And it's Windass and Vokes over it. Will Vokes has scored some screamers this year. Those include Port Vale and Wickham away. And they won both games by 1-0. That kept them in the chase for the top 2 and also guaranteed a 3rd place finish. Barry Bannon's also over it. What a selection of choice. Barry Bannon and Josh Windass will be over this. It's going to be Windass straight into the wall. Windass again deflected. Does it go out for a corner? The referee says goal kick. Having Barry Bannon, Josh Windass and Will Vokes to choose from having a free kick is like going to a services, having McDonald's, Subway and KFC all on the same services. A deluxe choice of options for Sheffield Wednesday as well. Peterborough are going to have to be real men and kind of stick together at difficult moments in this tie, as we mentioned all the time. Again, Mason Clark in there with the battle as well, the number 10 for Peterborough as well. Peterborough like bringing through young players and selling them on for big amounts of money. You look at the likes of Dwight Gale, Boyd as well, back in the day as well. They've had some great players, especially strikers, Ivan Toney, Craig McHale-Smith. They've had some real good, big hitters, haven't they? And now they've got Johnson Clark-Harris. And having that number 9 that can score 20, 25 goals a season is the difference. Without Johnson Clark-Harris, Peterborough have scored 51 goals. That is the difference. And that is a mid-table side because the defence is the 11th best in the league. It's phenomenal, really. Darren Ferguson has won the playoffs before, beat Huddersfield, and that wasn't at Wembley, actually, if I remember right. There's that Old Trafford. He got a Huddersfield mate at uni, and he tells me about it all the time. One of the worst days of his life. Let me know what you think of your team's retain list as well, guys. If you've got it, we will be doing a video on retain lists very soon as well. We've got our reaction to the League One table predictions as Peterborough come again. I think it's Mason Clark on the ball. He'll dip in, shot deflected, and it will go out for a corner. This is what Peterborough are going to need. It was Mason Clark, the lively number 10. They're going to need a lot of set pieces in this game to threaten Sheffield Wednesday as well. First leg's very caged, but I've enjoyed this first 18 minutes so far as well. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do a watch along for tomorrow's game, but there will be a match day vlog as we go to Salford against Stockport in League 2. It's going to be Burrows with the corner. The number 16 whips it in with his left foot, header on and goes above everyone. And Peterborough will have a second chance to get the ball back into the box. It is a throw-in. Johnson Clark-Harris is the obvious target. The way that teams have to double up on him. People say that's a weakness when you have to double in. It doesn't. It makes room for other players. The likes of Mason Clark, the likes of Poku. You need more than one good player, and that's what they've got. So obviously this, double man marking, it works, but again, it doesn't work to get every player out of the game. It creates space as Peterborough looks at the ball, and they've not clearly got it out. Deflected shot, and it's in. Peterborough have scored. It's 1-0. I think it's Jack Taylor who's got the goal. Is it Jack Taylor? It is. It's Jack Taylor, the boy wonder. They signed him from Barnet just a few years ago. And what a start. I said Peterborough needed to be on the front foot. And Jack Taylor's got the first goal just before the 20-minute mark. They've been knocking at that door since Michael Smith had his chance in the first half. That is the celebration. And Cameron Dawson does get a hand on it. Should he do better? We'll just have a look. Wednesday's press has been remarkable in this game, but again, it left space. Ball into the box, not defended. The defending is sloppy, and Dawson, oh dear, oh dear. Cameron Dawson should be doing better. It just comes to the near post. He gets two hands on it, and it just goes through him. It's a strike from, 15 yards out, and it just literally goes through his hands and goes into the back of the net. It is a blunder from the goalkeeper, and that's not nice to see. But on 20 minutes, it's Peterborough United 1. Sheffield Wednesday 0. Wow. Here we go. It's just mental. The mental that you get 96 points, and that could be the difference. We're going to say that a lot in this stream, but that could literally be the difference in the tie. We're just updating the scoreboard for you guys as well. As Wednesday looked hit back, they got into the box, and it'll be seen out for a goal kick. Jack Taylor, the boy wonder. I really like Jack Taylor. I think he's one of the best midfielders in League One by some distance. He's up there. I remember speaking to Loudmouth a few years ago, and he said to me, "Watch out for him. He's a phenomenal player," and boy, did he get that right. Don't tell him he got things right, because he'll never let me live it down. We're just updating the scoreboard for you, for anyone watching at home as well. There we go. Let me know your thoughts on the goal if you watched from home as well. Peterborough have actually won every game when they've gone 1-0 up this season as well. Which is remarkable. 13 out of 13 under Darren Ferguson. What's been your favourite away day this season? I'm going to save that, because that's another video that's coming out as well. We've got a big long list that are coming, and videos going to probably continue till second week in June, and then we're having a 2-week break, and then we're going back on the grind as well. So glad we don't have to go through the playoffs. Absolutely. Congratulations. Best team over 46 games. As Ward will pick up the ball now. Ward on this right-hand side looking for two. How big this would be if they got a second. It's all on Peterborough now. Did he go for a second? As Sheffield Wednesday can catch him on the counter-attack. Barry Bannon is flying forward. Josh Windass will release him on this left-hand side. Barry Bannon tries to stretch the defence, puts the ball across, deflected. It'll go out for a corner ball to Wednesday. And Jack Taylor there with a big block. He was massive at one end and could be massive at the other end as well. Glad we released ours early. Exactly. Agree with that. Just be careful, by the way, Sue. Obviously, I know you live in Lincoln, because I know Jake's very upset. So I've heard there's been floods of tears this week in Lincoln due to Regan leaving. It's been like a breakup. Ball into the box, scrambled across, handball. No, block. And again, Peterborough look to close them down, but Wednesday will come again. 9 men behind the ball for Wednesday. Barry Bannon now looking to make something happen. Peterborough in a good shape. Sheffield Wednesday looking to break them down. Liam Palmer with the diagonal ball headed away. And this is where Peterborough can maybe punish Sheffield Wednesday. But what an awful pass. That was terrible on the counter-attack. Patterson up front for Wednesday, that corner. Let's have another look at it. Again, it was a good block and volleyed across. Oh, and it just kind of hits the Sheffield Wednesday player in the stomach. That stops it from going in the goal. Does mean the player will be more cautious when going for a tackle if they're on a yellow card. Exactly, it does. Yellow cards mean nothing unless you get a second and get sent off. Right, thank you very much. Appreciate that. League One will be tough next season as well. Patterson tries to shoot from 30 yards out. That goes high over the bar and over the stadium as well. With Blackpool, Wigan and Reading coming down to League One, what are your thoughts on the top six next year? Quality lessen, but competitive news through the league increase. Yes. You also got to remember that Wigan and Reading are struggling financially. And Blackpool haven't even got a manager at the minute. So it's going to be interesting. I don't think all three of them will come down. And maybe I'll be very surprised if one of them finishes in the top six unless they sort themselves out over the summer. Like, it's all right making early predictions, but, you know, it's one of those. Again, Peterborough playing with a style and a smile on their face. If they won today, it'll be 14 wins in 23, which is half a League One season. And since Darren Ferguson came in, there's been the impact that I've gone on. And he's a good manager at this level, Darren Ferguson. Obviously, he likes to go back to clubs, as we've seen. Again, Grant McCann likes to go back to clubs. He's gone back to Doncaster. Doncaster and Peterborough just love going back to our managers. Blackpool seem to do it at the minute as well. Barnet have done it loads of times, and Martin Allen. Again, it's weird. It's like going back with an ex. You just don't do it, do you? Knew about Danny Mayer, but it still hurts. Conor Grant was a huge... Tell you what, I'd go right through that retain list of Plymouth and go, yep. We'll have him. Tell you what, there's 4 or 5 gems. We released Dylan Boyle, which the one I'm gutted about. Any League 2, National League North side will be very lucky to have him. Keeper messed up big time for the goal. Yeah, 100%. I appear to be ahead from... I'm trying... The comments are kind of a couple of minutes behind. So kind of I'm not looking at the comments until I'm on Sky Go here. So, because it's the only way we can do these streams. Because like my streaming room, I can't get Sky from for some weird reason. But so I have to always use Sky Go, which is brilliant. Thanks very much. Poor goalkeeper. Yeah, agree with that. If you want to go to the same part of the game as me, I'm on 26:45 now. He messaged me with a sad face with a little dancer going. At least he's got to tell him he loved him at Plymouth. Exactly. And Sheffield Wednesday put the ball into the box, and Peterborough managed to get it away as well. A ball into the box from Wednesday, put across again, and no one there. I tell you what, Wednesday are having the chances. Wednesday are putting this ball into the box and really asking questions. Palmer and Marvin Johnson, fantastic as well. You know, they are good players. Marvin Johnson scored against Fleetwood on Boxing Day, and he's a good player. And pull across, it just goes over everyone, and too much for Josh Windass to get his head on. It was Palmer with the ball. Again, Mr. Versatile. Are you looking forward to having Derby next year? Derby, yeah, absolutely. You know, you forget about them. They're going to be a wounded animal, aren't they? Hello. A lot of my mates are Wednesday fans. Come on, Bolton, beat Barnsley tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. With it being 1-0 after nearly half an hour, has your opinion changed? Let us know. It only takes a second to score a goal. Wednesday still looking impressive, and there's still a long way to go as Barry Bannon picks up the ball. And it goes out to this far side. Marvin Johnson will put the ball in, and I tell you what, thinks just over the bar, looks at the cross, and it ended up turning into a bit of a shot. Darren Moore, not a happy bunny on the sideline, but Peterborough again just playing around with it. It's like, get the ball forward, lads. Don't play around with it. You're 1-0 up in a playoff semi-final. Come on, be a bit more careful than that. Yeah, it was poor goalkeeper when you look at it. Very much so. Long ball forward. from Peterborough. They just need to keep hold of the ball, but Sheffield Wednesday's press is relentless. But Peterborough passing the way out of it beautifully. Ward. Oh, what an awful run. I think it's Poku with the dodgy touch. Ward apologising for potentially the overhit pass as well. Well, Vokes will turn and go back to his goalkeeper. If you could like tonight's stream, guys, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 11,000 subscribers. You're pleased to know your second team, Waterford, are winning 2-0. Ronan Coughlin scores the 16th goal in 12 games, and Scott Brown there watching. Just saying. There you are. Scott Brown there, Young Maweni there, the data analysis team there at Waterford tonight. I'll be going to Waterford in 6 weeks or so to watch Fleetwood there in a pre-season friendly, so we'll be having lots of Irish vlogs on the channel. Had a gut feeling Posh will be dangerous at home, but they need at least another 2 heading into Hillsborough. If they get a 2-goal lead, I tell you what, it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. But a 2-0, when you get a goal in the first 15 minutes, it's cancelled out. It's all on this game, really. 1-0's good, but it's not a great result, which says everything you need to know about both sets of both sets of teams, really. Peterborough, oh my God. They're literally playing heads and volleys here. A volley ahead in their own box, and the way Wednesday press will just pick you off. Oh my Lord. If I was a Peterborough fan right now, 1-0 up, I'd be happy, but Jesus. They don't half put you through the ringer, have they, don't they? Poku now takes the ball out of play. Wednesday's press is very interesting. Really is. They press well. I watched him against Forest Green, Fleetwood, Barnsley, Cheltenham. Wednesday dominating the ball, but not really doing anything with it. That's how I'd say. Where's Jake, Ben? Not here, having a Friday night off. Jake's only on the League One streams. The watch-alongs are kind of extra streams, if you get what I mean. Peterborough playing nice football. That is lovely. They're driving forward. Clark Harris, I just want to say something on him, but he might score now. Right now, I'm starting to think that. As Peterborough go back and have a look at the options, but Wednesday get back into their shape, and the kind of defenders a 5 and a 4 and a 1, out of possession, and then they kind of like to go sometimes into a front 2 press as well. Everyone knows when to press. It's kind of like the yo-yo effect. When you go, we'll stay. And when you got that type of stuff, it's very good. Norwich with a long ball up. Jonathan Clark-Harris will try and pin his defender and just can't quite get through. Michael Hitway with a long volley forward. I'm not going to go out for a throw. One thing I want to say about Jonathan Clark-Harris, he's getting too lost. I'm not when they've got the ball, it's so deep. And it's like, get in the box, run forward, make a run, make yourself a target. He's a top goal scorer. He's scary. He's built like an animal. Let's be honest. He's absolutely rock solid, good in front of goal. Yeah, that's what's happening. Hello, Luca. How you doing, mate? Michael Smith, Johnson Clark-Harris. Who would you rather have in your team? For me, Johnson Clark-Harris. He scores goals. You can't argue. Michael Smith's a very good player. Michael Smith, you got to remember as well, won promotion last year with the Millers under Paul Warne. This year, Paul Warne at Derby. This year, Michael Smith at Wednesday. Both of them could be in League One, while Rotherham still in the Championship, going well under Matty Taylor. And Peterborough doing very well. They're almost at half-time, 34 minutes into the game. And bar that Michael Smith chance and that volley that went right into the chest of Windass, blocking it off the line, they've not really caused any danger. Peterborough haven't really been as relentless since the goal, but they're keeping the ball and they look steady. They're passing it out beautifully. But Wednesday's press is just relentless. Honestly, they're not letting them out. They're like caged animals at time. And it all starts with the wing backs at Wednesday, watching the game. And the wing backs press in the midfield, join in as well. They played a lot of different formations this year, Wednesday. A back 3-3-5-2, 3-4-3, 4-3-3. I just think they're missing George Briers. I think he's their most important player. Bannon will pick up the ball, but it's going to be a free kick. A foul from Will Vokes, the former Rotherham man himself as well. I just think George Briers is so important. He ticks them along. Him and Jack Taylor are very similar players. They're kind of that ideal number 8 type player that box to box, passes forwards, run forwards, makes a run into the box, can shoot from range. Good little player, George Briers. I like him a lot. Will Vokes is the ever dependable as well. He's pretty much started every game, hasn't he, for Wednesday. He's kind of always makes himself available. He's a good player and he's a good pro. I was very surprised he dropped down to League One. Long ball forward that I think Wait again will deal with. And again, another long ball forward that Michael Smith will try and pin. Michael Smith and Josh Windasley's relationship's got to be very good because Michael Smith likes to pin defenders, get the ball, hold it up, wait for the runner Josh Windasley to come in. You can run with the ball and buy your free kicks. Big man, little man type of thing. And you've got Patterson, the workhorse, as well. It's going to be a shot from range. It's blocked in the end. Peterborough 35 yards from goal. Will they have another go? Again, a flying challenge from Bannon that's not needed. Ward will strike. Oh, they scored again. It's Jack Ward. It's 2-0. It's 2-0 to the Posh. And what did I say about Jack Ward striking from distance? He's dangerous. And wow, on 36 minutes, it's Peterborough United 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. I need to have another look at it again. But wow, Cameron Dawson just looking. Wow, he was at fault for the first goal. Jack Ward with the aeroplane celebration. And that man scores goals. That man assists goals. Again, Peterborough had a couple of blocks from shots. Wow, they just work it out to Ward, who strikes from goal 30 yards. It goes in off the crossbar. It goes over the flying hands of the goalkeeper, Cameron Dawson. Ward, he gets so much curve on the ball. It literally spins and goes over the end of Cameron Dawson. Goes over everyone, really. It spins like you wouldn't believe. Spins more than a fidget spinner. Wow. What a strike. And it's 2-0 to the Posh. Not only big for this game, but big for the two legs. This is a side that finished 2 points behind. Sheffield Wednesday, 19 points behind Sheffield Wednesday in the original season, that are absolutely destroying them in this one. Wow, what a strike. Wow, the playoffs, guys. This is what happens. This is what happens. It doesn't matter how many points you finish on. It doesn't matter where you finish. As long as you get in those playoffs, that's all that matters. And they got in dramatic style. They went on a great run. And I'll tell you what, they're in again. They're splitting Wednesday open. Mason Clark now will go against Dominic Iorfa. Mason Clark will put a ball into the back post. It goes over everyone. Can Jonathan Clark-Harris keep it in? Yes, he can. Clark-Harris has been quiet in this game. Not really needed to do much, though. Ward, the goal scorer of the second goal, gives the ball away. And they can't afford to make sloppy chances like that. Just because you're 2-0 up, the job isn't done. The job isn't even done tonight. Never mind over the two legs. Taking a 2-goal lead to Hillsborough is massive, though. If they can go and get another one, I know we're being greedy. Wow. That would be huge. I think if they could lead 3-0, that would be huge. I still wouldn't back Wednesday off it if they won. Again, they go back to Will Norris, whose clearance doesn't go far, about 10 yards in front of the halfway line, and when Peterborough pick up the ball as well. This has been a great game. We'll come to the comments soon. Keep liking, guys, subscribing, putting live chats as well. We're getting close to 11k subscribers now. We're trying to hit it by end of season. end of season when Yorkshire then, Jesus, they're losing 2-0. What a world! I tell you what, League One there's been some world-class goals this year. Wednesday normally the one scoring them. Dominic Iorfa wins it back off Mason Clark. Mason Clark is a very tricky winger. Dominic Iorfa is a 6-foot-odd, massive centre-half. Wow. Iorfa is... What I noticed about Wednesday last year when I went to watch him against Bolton, how the goalkeeper at the time, it wasn't Peacock Farrell. Was it Wildsmith? Joe Wildsmith? Who plays for Derby now, was making a long ball forward. And while Iorfa would always win it on the edge, he kind of like playing out from the back now. But what a goal! He strikes it literally on the right of the 18-yard box. He hits it. It swerves literally like that. Wow. It swerves about 3 times in the air. Unbelievable. Barry Bannon now will go out to Marvin Johnson, who will beat his man. Does he earn a free kick? Looks at the referee, says no. Wednesday will come again. Barry Bannon, 30 yards from goal. Again, a ball slipped in. And Wednesday are in. Oh, my Lord, how have they not scored? How have they not scored? It's Josh Windass. I said about 15 minutes ago, it's him getting in behind. It's going to be dangerous. And for the first time, what a pass. What a kind of, wow. It's a corner ball, I think, as well. I think it's Aikwe with the ball in. And, you know, Windass is in. It's a great save by Will Norris. And it's going to be a corner. These are the moments they have to get through. Set pieces, deal with him, be well drilled. I'm sure Darren Ferguson has been making them work all season on the training pitch for these moments. It's going to be a ball in from the corner, from the right-hand side. The Peterborough man goes down, and it's going to be a foul as well. Wednesday in trouble now. Do not write Peterborough off. They went to Barnsley, won, beat Plymouth at home. You know, these are a good side, especially at home. They've had some bad results. Wickham at home, 3-0. Bolton at home, 5-0. Fleetwood at home, 1-0. You know, it's been a whirlwind. The deflection was massive. Yes. The swerve on the ball, though. Wow. Posh put 5 was at London Road. They're so dangerous there. It's relentless. They are literally a different side at home. And I said this, when it all goes well for Peterborough, it goes well and they're so good to watch. But when you get at them, like they have done to Wednesday in difficult moments, they crumble. And now that's what I want to see. I want to see a stern side. And under Darren Ferguson, they've been a lot more stern. And maybe when do we say at big moments, Wednesday have crumbled a little bit. Away at Barnsley, away at Forest Green Rovers on Sky. They don't like being on Sky, do they? This is what, the third Sky came this year. Lost all 3. Especially in 2023. It's going to be interesting, though. That's where the playoffs are accompanied. It's brilliant. It really is brilliant. If we didn't have playoffs, it'd be boring, wouldn't it? Imagine just having the top 3 go up. Screw that for a game of soldiers. It's a lottery. It really is a lottery. And what I like about it, the best team doesn't always win. Poku now will go back at Peterborough, just comfortable in possession. They don't mind going back. They don't mind playing forwards. Wednesday's shape and press has been all right. It's 2 moments in the game. And we talk about moments all the time. And, you know, doing stuff with him. And it's a goalkeeper and error. And, you know, swerve on the ball, going into the top corner. You know, Wednesday kind of sitting off for once. As Wednesday win the ball back, it'll go to this far-hand side. Wow. You've got runners of Palmer on the right side. He chooses to go on his own. Header across will go into the palms of David Norris, who gathers and just, again, goes to the air. It's Windass again, the man who's been so dangerous. He's good in the box. He's a very, very good player, Josh Windass. I like him a lot. Again, it's a good ball in. Header was poor, though, really. Never really testing the goalkeeper. Ben, you need to become a commentator. The world needs to hear your comparisons and excitement. Thank you very much, Sue. Love as always. Keep your comments coming. We're coming up to half time as well. We're on the 44 minutes mark as Wednesday come forward. Peterborough need to get through this next 3 minutes with added time as well, going in at half-time at 2-1 is an absolutely, totally different tie to 2-1. Windass, that save was going in that far left-hand corner, and David Norris just flicks an arm out very, very, quickly and smartly, and gone under the radar this year. Going to be a long throw into the box, header on by the Wednesday man. Bannon will bring it down 20 yards from goal. We're driven across, and Peterborough managed to get away. Everyone back for the posh as Wednesday looking to have a go. This is like getting to half-time is like getting to full-time at this minute in time. Bannon now. Windass back to Barry Bannon. Two very decent players as Bannon overcooks the pass, and that should see Peterborough save for another 30 seconds or so. But Bannon's overcooking it, and Windass didn't quite read him. Ben, I'm a St Mirren fan. We have been linked with Jacob Biradou from Morecambe as a League One fan. Can you remember and tell me anything about him? Would he be good to sign? He's had a good year in League One. Been one of Morecambe's better players. It'd be good to see. I don't think he'll stay at Morecambe. Put it that way. As well. I heard about the link. I think you'll get him. Obviously, Stephen Robinson's still there at St Mirren, I'm guessing. Lee Gregory on that bench, and he goes by the name of Gregory. Again, he's won promotion at this level before with Millwall. Scored last year as well. Being honest, the Cods last-minute winner at Highbury was a mile offside. Yeah, absolutely. When Fleetwood beat Plymouth. We'll take it, though, Tony. We'll absolutely take it. We were so poor. At least the summer Blackpool weekend have made up for it. There you are. And you got promoted at the end of it as well. But again, it says the levels. Ipswich didn't beat Fleetwood. Plymouth didn't beat Fleetwood. We'll take that all day. Sheffield Wednesday, beat us twice only by a goal. So we'll take that. Wednesday coming forward again. There's going to be 4 minutes added on, which we're already a minute into. Bannon now. He looks to make something happen every time. Every time he gets the ball, he's literally flicking and turning like you wouldn't believe. Windass now, who's come over to this far-hand side. Marvin Johnson now. And again, overcut pass. Peterborough, happy to have that. Tell you what, if I was a Peterborough fan, very impressed. Sheffield Wednesday have messed this up. We're only a quarter of the way there. And they've not even done the difficult bit yet and go to Hillsborough. So this game is not done yet, really. 4-0 Peterborough tonight. Wow. Big call. Big call. Bannon now. Over the top ball. Dealt well with the Posh defenders. They can come out. How do you think Posh's game plan will go, guys? Do you think they'll come out for a third? Sit in, maybe go for a counter-attack? Clark Harris will flick the ball. Clark Harris does really well there. He'll go out to this far-hand side. Oh, overcooked pass. And they can just a couple of times they've had the ball, Peterborough, in that far end, and they've just a pass too short or they've done too much. So long ball forward, and Wednesday can be in with Michael Smith. Good defending, though. Wednesday, although they're 2-0 down, I think they'll come out second half. But I think if they took 2-0 back, I don't think it's the end of the world being at Hillsborough. It's still possible to come back, don't get me wrong. But I think they need to go for a goal. I really do. And that might leave gaps. I think there'll be one more goal in this game. What way it goes. If it goes 3-0, then I think it'll be curtains. If it goes 2-1, then I worry for Peterborough. It feels like next goal wins at this point. Long ball forward will try and reach Clark. Harris. Goes back to Norris in goal, who, again, a long punt up the pitch. But again, it's kind of more like, don't matter, I'll just get the ball as far away from our goal as possible and deal with it. Peterborough United has won. He sacked Grant McCann after a 3-0 defeat on New Year's Day to Wickham. Since then, they appointed Darren Ferguson, the owner. Darren McAntony went there for a crisis and they bounced back pretty straightforward. They won the first 3 games, actually. Those included Forest Green Rovers, Portsmouth and Port Vale all in there as well. So long ball forward, Peterborough into the box, goes back to Cameron Dawson, who only gets it away half-heartedly, really. I don't think he expected the ball. And kind of just flicks it away. But Wednesday are on the charge now, and it's a great tackle, really good tackle. And Peterborough can come away with it again. Every time they get the ball, they want him to look, turn, and get the ball forward as quickly as possible, which is, really good, really comfortable. And Wednesday the same. It's two good sides going at it, hell for leather. And it's as a neutral, it's good to watch. And that is half-time. It's 2-0 to Wednesday. It's all to do. We'll have a recap. We'll just come to your comments in a minute. Tell you what, never mind about them. I'm blown for Gale after doing an hour's worth of talking. Jeez. There we are. We'll come to your comments now. Again, it's half time, guys. If you could like and subscribe, that would be massively appreciated. Absolutely, Ethan's an unbelievable player, such a footballing brain. I tell you what, there's so many hidden gems in these, islands, even Scottish and Welsh leagues as well. There's some gems there for League One and Championship clubs, even League Two clubs. Refreshers to a vlogger actually commentate on the game instead of just chatting. Thank you very much, Marvin. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you. We try and give an unbiased commentary. Again, we'll be doing every play I've watched on bar tomorrow, all being well, just because I am going to Salford Stockport tomorrow. I'm actually going to Salford Stockport again next week. So we've got 2 match day vlogs for them. Alex Cairns, the goalkeeper. Look, he played for Fleetwood and he's a club legend and I want to go and support him. So, thank you to Alex as well for helping me get tickets as well. I've got to appreciate him and appreciate everything he did for my football club. My football club, I sound like Brian Club. Mine. I'm so glad we beat them last season to come to the Championship. How has Sean Rooney been for Fleetwood? Good, decent. One of our better players. Very good going forward. Defensively, at times, he's quite poor and doesn't like tracking back. But going forward, he's really good. Powerful, strong, prone to a booking. Don't get me wrong. But, decent off-season. I don't think he's a right back. Look, we play very much football to suit his game, right? Kind of a long ball up the pitch, diag, him wins the ball and flicks on for Stockley and Marriott. Simple as that. Apparently, Southampton want Schumacher. What I see it as, right, that go to a mess of a football club at the minute or stay at a football club that, if they went down, I think they'd stick with Steven Schumacher. They'd be stupid to get rid of Steven Schumacher for what he's done for the football club. He deserves one full season. Whatever happens at Plymouth, he deserves one full season. If they come down, he deserves one full season at the Championship. And again, an attempt to bring them back up. It'd be harsh unless he left. I just see that as similar to Ryan Lowe. Southampton did go back up, I think. But, you know what I mean? There's pressure where Plymouth, everyone loves him. He loves them. He loves the city. He got his chance there. I think that Plymouth were loyal to him. He needs to show loyalty to them. And I think he will. Ryan Lowe, I don't know why he went to Preston. I don't think Preston was a better move for him than Plymouth was. But I'll also say this. I don't think Plymouth would have got promoted this year if Ryan Lowe would have left. I think Schumacher is the boy, If he went to Everton, then fair enough. Does he support Everton or Liverpool? It is Everton, isn't it? He used to play for Fleetwood. He's a great lad. If he went to, his boyhood club, I can't blame him at all. Southampton, really? Exactly. You'll be in the same division. You'll be playing him in a league fixture just because the aim for Plymouth next year is first up, stay up, second, 50 points. You might get 50 and go down. You never know. Hello, Burton Albion on Saw. Thank you for joining the channel, the stream. I hope you're well, mate. And yes, he's already made that clear. He wants the Everton job. Yeah, absolutely. You can't blame him, can you? He's a great manager. One thing I'll say for him, that I think Darren Moore lacks in-game management. And it'd be interesting to see how he reacts to this, because although 2-0's, a one game, I think sometimes he lacks that in-game management. And you look at Wednesday sometimes where they've been, Away at Ipswich, they were 2-0 up and they drew 2-2. Away at Plymouth, they were 1-1. Made a couple of subs. Plymouth scored a last-minute winner, 1-2-1. Away at Barnsley, they got battered 4-2. I just doubt them. There's something I love Darren Moore, but there's just something about. I think Schumacher is, I think they got the most goals from subs this year as well. But remember, it's just luck, isn't it? So, yeah, just luck. Everton are poison challenge. They are. Let's be honest. Tell you what, if they come down, it's going to be one hell of a stadium cost, isn't it? I think they'll stay up. That win at Brighton's giving them hope. I know they've got Man City, Wolves, and Bournemouth. I think they get 4 points, which will be enough. I don't see Leeds winning another game. I thought Peterborough were fantastic and they've absolutely rattled Wednesday. Wednesday looked scared. Absolutely agree, Jack. My thoughts on that first half were Wednesday are pressing well and the shape's good, but they kind of like look a little bit tense defensively. Like when Peterborough got the ball in their half, and Wednesday were in the final third pressing, they look really good. But when Peterborough come to them, they're backing off. They're kind of like a little bit timid. And then Peterborough have just got this fire in them to get at you and kind of like got all the momentum with them behind them. And the first goal obviously helps. The second goal, again, is an absolute screamer. I'm just having another look at it. It's Ward again. It comes to him with his right foot. Does it actually... I want to kind of see this again because... Does it come off a Wednesday body? It does, yeah. The Wednesday body just kills it into the goal. It's 2 little bits of, unluck for Wednesday. Wow. It just kills, and the keeper's got it, and he just changes direction. And I agree with you, Jack. And do I think 2-0 is a very bad result? No. Is it a bad result? Yes. 2-0 can easily come overdone by. We saw Lincoln take a 2-goal home lead to the Stadium of Light. And this is similar. Sunderland were 2-0 up after half-time. That could easily be done. And it's going to be moments in the second half. I think there'll be another goal. It's who gets it. They've had chances, though, Wednesday on the break. Windass has had one. Smith's had one. Wow, what a save from Windass. That is sublime. Just gets his left arm out. It's going to be interesting. I think there'll be another goal. I think if they want to really win this tie tonight, they need another goal, Peterborough. But they look good. Look comfortable in possession. They don't look scared. A couple of times they've overplayed it for me, but not a bad half. Game management, though. When's he going to have to do something? But again, great comment. And as well, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to Jack as well. He's a good lad, mate of mine. Obviously, we'll be doing some videos together in the next few weeks as well. He's a good lad, knows League One, knows his onions, and him and Tom are very good together as well, and a good double act as well. And unfortunately, my double act partner isn't as good as Tom or Jack. Hey, Jake. No, I'm only joking. But Shuey's Everton through and through. You've got to ask yourself, what I find with football, it's tough because football fans are so emotional. When a manager leaves, right, and even though it's for his boyhood club, if you were manager, Argyle till I die. By the way, I've been calling him ATID, and I only twigged it's Argyle till I die about 2 weeks ago. If you were say manager of, say, Newport or Carlisle, someone like that, and your boyhood club comes in for you, you're going to take it, aren't you? Let's be honest. Peterborough worrying at the back is like they'll have to knock it back. And Sheffield Wednesday, yeah, I've seen that. They've had a couple of moments where they've lost the ball, and that's down to Wednesday's press as well. They just kind of sometimes need to know when to just literally just get rid of the ball and hoof it. But that's not in the style of play. They want to play out from the back. Which, look, I agree with stick with your principles, but it's like when you're in a relegation battle. I said this about MK Dons and Oxford because look what Liam Manning and you look at Mark Jackson. Forget about your style of play. When you need results, you just need to find a way. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I say that quite often. I thought Wednesday would walk this time, having won the last 4. They've won 5 of the last 6 games as well. They've been in good people. It was that patch where they won 1 in 7 or something like that. But in that run, they were 2-0 down to Cheltenham. They got something. there were signs of Wednesday. They drew to Bolton in that time as well. It was a bad run, don't get me wrong, but they still only lost 3-33. I know it was done by. I thought in the end of February it's done, and you've got to give real credit to Ipswich and Plymouth for knocking at that door. Then take the job when they're in the crisis. Yes, I agree with that. But again, Ainsworth did well last couple of games at QPR. A couple of good results, didn't they? Away at Stoke and Burnley. I'd allow Shuey to leave for Everton. No complaints from me. But Southampton, no. Agree with that. What do you think caused the Sheffield Wednesday collapse when they went through their bad spell? I think not having Bryars for a bit, and I think not having Windass for a bit has killed them. If I'm honest with you, not having without Bryars, you look a totally different outfit. Bryars is the difference. He is their link-up play between defence and attack. It's as simple as that. Bannon is a good player. Don't get me wrong. Will Vogt is a fantastic player, but Bryars alongside them two makes it tick. And I'm a big fan. I think he's the most improved player in League One this season by some distance. And he gets the ball on the half turn, runs forward and plays forward. He's so like Jack Taylor. It's untrue. The difference in this game is a Jack Taylor type of player. He scored the goal. I said it before the game is going to be huge. I just think the difference in Wednesday when they don't have George Bryars is crazy, really. And he's a good age. He's a good lad. He's a good. Just getting a player injured, it kills you. It really does. Posh taking risk with possession, but Wednesday can't compete. Can't capitalise. Yeah, exactly. You look at two big chances they should have taken. Is it a 2-0 game? I don't think so. Second half's massive. I think Wednesday have to go out for the juggler and go and get something. Because I tell you what, if Wednesday got one, Peterborough would look rattled and the tie changes. Because 2-1, I wouldn't want to take a 1-goal lead to Hillsborough, put it that way. Never mind, going in there drawing. The next 45 minutes could define a season. This is the thing about the playoffs. Little moments, that save by Will Morris, those two saves, that deflection, that howler from Cameron Dawson. It's going to be massive because I tell you one thing as well. Norwich have been never present in Peterborough's side. Wednesday have liked to swap the goalkeeper around a little bit. It was Stockdale for a large portion of the first kind of 2/3 of the season. Then they went to Cameron Dawson. Then they went back to David Stockdale for a bit. And then they kind of come back to Cameron Dawson a little bit. And I just wonder if that has something to do with it as well. Ryan went to Preston because he cheated on his missus with a cheerleader. With a cleaner. I had glasses for a reason as well. Had to jump ship. Wow. If that's true, then wow. They're the things that don't always come out that fans know as well. It's mental. If Peterborough make it 3-0, I don't see Wednesday. I do see one more goal, and it's literally next goal wins. I could see Wednesday making an early change as well. How do you think my team Sunderland will do? I think they'll do all right. And here's a little stat for you that I found, a little nugget. If Sunderland, right, and Sheffield Wednesday both go up, then all 4 teams in the League One playoffs last season are in 4 different leagues. Sunderland will be in the Premiership or the Premier League. Sheffield Wednesday will be in the Championship. Wycombe will be in League 2, and Milton Keynes Dons will be Wycombe League 1, Milton Keynes League 2. We've got Barnsley Bolton tomorrow as well. We won't be doing a watch long for that because we're going to Stockport against Salford. You also got Salford. You also got Sunderland and Luton tomorrow as well. I love this time of year. I just love playoff football. It is the gem. Shuey would be mad to walk away from Argyle Limo. Exactly. It reminds me of a younger version of Nathan Jones, where he left Luton, should never have left, went to Stoke, who were a bang average championship club on big money. They're a mess. They've got literally players from all over the gaff. Should return to Luton and revise his career. He stays at Plymouth another 2 or 3 years. He'll be a better manager for it, and he'll get better job offers. At the minute, he'll get to teams wanting to push the championship. He'll be looking at Premier League jobs. He really will. He's that good of a manager. Tricky Michael Finn is a good appointment for Swindon Town. Yeah, I do actually. Again, Swindon, tailed off, didn't they, mid-table towards the end. A couple of good results towards the end, though. Look, FC. I've been very vocal and sticking up for Plymouth, as you know. And expected goals, shove it where the sun doesn't shine, in my opinion. I hate that. I hate that stat. I really do. Hello, Seb. How we doing, mate? Go and subscribe to Seb. You know, Walsall and League Two content over there as well. Love watching players without having to worry. Tell you what, the National League playoffs don't disappoint as well. League One is just... I love the playoffs. I really do. I'll be honest with you. When kind of they were in the playoffs, it was... Wow, yeah. On that one, Argyle have given Shuey the biggest opportunity of his life. He'd be stupid to leave us now. Yep, absolutely. I always say, because you've been good for him, I hope he'd be good for you, and that will work. We're up and running for the second half as well. Keep your comments coming as well. Please like the stream as well if you haven't already done so. Subscribe if you're new. We're getting closer to 11,000 subscribers. We've got plenty of post-season League One content coming your way. We'll have streams as well. Looking forward to you and Jack together. Great to see so much talent and knowledge in you young lads. Thank you very much, Sue, as well. There's a video actually coming with me, Jack, Tom and Jake, the four musketeers of League One. And again, there's a video coming that he might not be able to put Regan Poole in anymore. So I look forward to hearing from Jake about Regan Poole very soon. Bannon not been able to get the ball today. He's got it, but he's got it 30 yards from goal, and that's the best place to put Barry Bannon. You know, if you're an opposition, you don't want Barry Bannon 18 yards, 20 goals from goal. Posh started brightly. They're looking to put a ball back into the box. Header away, volleyed back in and over the bar into the London Road end by Jack Ward, trying to add to his already tally. And Peterborough looking strong, and he's getting through moments. Now Peterborough will be looking like to get through to, right, let's get through to an hour. We'll have a look. We might make a change. Let's get through to 70 minutes, 75, and then get through the last few moments. If they can keep a clean sheet, it'd be massive for them. Huge. Wednesday are normally clean sheet experts. Kept 23 this year as well. They've gone on this far clock. Mason Clark now. Mason Clark will have a chance to run at the opposition defence, puts the ball in. He's been disappointing in my eyes, Mason Clark. Tonight, Mason Clark and Poku they've done well. They've had the ball, they've looked bright, but they've not done enough with it when they've had it, if you get what I mean. Like, whether it be a ball into the box or they get into the area, just a little bit flat at times. When's it going to be the course of my funeral? Fleetwood are the same with me. Look, I get laughed at. I want to see Fleetwood in the Championship for 1 year. I don't care. I'd like more, but if it's just 1 year, that's all I want from my football club, all right? I know that's asking for a lot with Fleetwood, but I know it's going to be a stressful journey getting there, believe me. And I'm stressing of watching Fleetwood finishing mid-table. I don't think I could hack, anything else, really. Against Wickham, I was the most nervous man I've ever been in my life. I remember watching that game live and it being awful. Wednesday are trying to slip balls in behind Peterborough's back four, like on the ground, fizz it in every time they get the ball. It's always the same type of ball. And it's nearly worked a couple of times. They're sticking with the game plan. Marvin Johnson's moaning about something. Oh, there is an elbow there. There is an elbow. And Ollie Norburn, the man with it, he's all over him. Norburn, the former Shrewsbury man. Marvin Johnson's not happy. I'd just be like, get on with it. But they've got a free kick just outside the box. Danger territory, I'd say. Banning over it. Will Vokes over it. I don't want Wednesday to go rash now and, lash in and shoot from stupid areas and just play the game. You're still in the game. You still got three quarters of this game to go. Barry Banning's going to be the man who whips it in. Barry Banning with the ball in, back post, header on, and nothing at the back post from Michael Hickway, another former Rotherham United player. You'd think they've gone to another Yorkshire outfit club that knows how to win promotion out of League One. Darren Moore seems very, agree with that. Just about to say that. Dimensional tactically. Do you think teams have finally sussed how they play against Wednesday? A little bit. I think losing on Sky never helps because the whole world sees it. I know obviously it doesn't change anything for clubs, but you get inspiration, don't you, a little bit? Now Next goal winner. Yeah, I could agree with that. Can get behind that. I think Wednesday could do with Shuey. Agree. Now, I asked some Ipswich fans last week, and I went, do you think Plymouth would have got promoted with McKenna? And they went, no. Do you think Schumacher would have got you promoted? Yes. That taught me a lot, that. And it says a lot, really, in my eyes. Wednesday, a ball into the box, back post, again asking questions. Peterborough look a little bit shaky. And again, they can drive forward. Now it's a 3-on-3 situation. There's a ball forward. Oh, nearly. Great block, but Peterborough will come again. It's Mason Clark. Mason Clark will put the ball into the back post. It's in! It's 3-0. It's 3-0. It's Poku. You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it. Mason Clark put the ball in and Poku scores it. 3 minutes ago, I was slagging them off, saying they've been good, on the ball, look lively, but they've done nothing in the final third. Absolutely nothing. And again, they get the ball. They literally win the ball back. And I was saying, they look shaky. We'll talk through it again in a minute, but it's 3-0 to the Posh. It is 3-0. You would not believe it. Wow, what a goal. And again, they get the ball in the final third. It was a 3-on-3 situation. They get the ball on this far side from a clearance. It was a quick ball forward. And Mason Clark runs with it, bright as ever. What's the ball in? Goes to the back post, and Poku just heads home. It goes above everyone in the Sheffield Wednesday box. And it's Peterborough United 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Wow. It's something about this channel. Every time we do a League One game or a playoff game, it is just bonkers, isn't it? We did Bolton against Plymouth a few weeks ago. And, it's mad. There we are. We've updated the scoreboard for you guys at home as well. But again, the two people I was slagging off, saying they've not done enough in the final third to score. So I'm just saying, commentators curse. Peterborough United, you got me to thank. You're 3 goals up. We did say as well, the next goal could win the tie. Wednesday look rattled. Peterborough look shaky. Peterborough look for 30 seconds, they look shaky, and for 30 seconds, they look like Real Madrid again. Bizarre, honestly. They're passing it you will not believe the bravery on the ball. They know what they're doing, and they're taking risks. And they're just like, yep, to me, to you, to me. Wow. Tell you what, to play that style of football, to play the way you've done at home in the first leg, to go goal guns blazing, wow. You deserve massive amounts of credit for that. And they deserve being 3-0 up. Wednesday fans are coming from 2-0 down, I think they have a chance. So they still need to go and get a goal. They need to go out for it Wednesday now. You're 3 down. You're 3 down. You have to go for it. As simple as that. You've got to win by 4 goals at Hillsborough, or 3 goals and win on pens. It's going to be interesting how they're doing the next kind of 35, 40 minutes. Peterborough still got the ball. Wow. We'll come to your comments in a minute, guys. Keep commenting down below as well. Burrow's on the ball now. Again, they've just played football with style, and courage and energy. Wednesday are pressing, but is it worked, really? Peterborough have just played their way around it. I tell you what, Peterborough have been playing like World in Motion this week. You've got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. There's only one way to beat them, and that's around the back. That's what they've done. Got the ball and got around it with the wing backs and played it literally passing football, tick-attack. Wow. Can't believe it. I think Wednesday could do with Shuey in that dressing room right now. Oh, wouldn't want a slapping off him. A yellow card given out from Aidan Flint. I tell you what, it's been a yellow card waiting to happen, really. Wednesday were happy to take a 1-0 loss back to Hillsborough last year and didn't work out. Could work out putting more pressure, potentially 2 goals in front of 30k fans. Yeah. Tell you what, 3-0. If they go back with that, even 3-1, Still think Wednesday would have to come out like animals. This is not them. But Peterborough, before any slack gets said on Wednesday, Peterborough deserve massive amounts of credit as they're coming for a fourth. If they got a fourth, it kills it off. Into the box. Well, the referee stopped it. He's got his yellow card out again. Michael Hickway's now got a yellow card. I'll tell you what, he's liking the cards tonight, isn't he? Jeez. He's all over Poku there, shirts and everything. You can't. Honestly, Jack said it perfectly. Wednesday are rattled. Peterborough have come out and people thought, oh, they'll sit back, defend, try and hit them on the counter. Peterborough have gone for 3 and they're not sitting back. They're going for 4. They know this game, they'll kick themselves if they sat back now because there's 4 here. There's a chance for 4, possibly even 5. They can kill it off tonight. I know that's disrespecting Wednesday at Hillsborough, but forget that. You win 4-0 on your first leg, you deserve the credit they've done. They've got a free kick here, a chance of 4. So ball in, header on, just over the bar, and it's Clark Harris. The first real involvement he's had, and he's just over the bar. It wasn't going to take too long. It's a good ball in. I said set pieces would be important for the Posh. Again, no, it's Peterborough pressing. It's a long ball forward, header on again. Peterborough got the ball back. There we go. Ball retention, and they keep it, and they're on the attack again. With Poku, who looks like a man on a mission. Now, what's the ball in? Can't quite reach it. Clark Harrison, jumped for that. Very surprised at that. Poku looks like, 5 times the player now. He looks lively. He looks quicker. He looks sharper. He looks more skillful. He's literally gone from, Chemo Poku to Chemo Poku in Lionel Messi mode. Like, wow. He's a good player, though. Poku and Mason Clark, they're good players. And definitely had a great first half. It was a great cross. The cross deserves more credit than as much credit as the goal. Again, another foul. Oh, referee says nothing. Graham, we had no scar, and Cooper says, if my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. How are we feeling, Ben? This is an amazing result. Wow. What football. Bear in mind, Peterborough finished 19 points behind Wednesday in the original season. The 3-0 up. It's just what football can do for you. And I can sympathise for Wednesday because Fleetwood were 4-1 down at this point against Wickham in the playoffs. And we had 9 men. And I'll tell you what, I was devastated. And luckily I didn't do a stream because I could filter my video. I could edit all my swearing and my anger out and my hatred towards certain people. And put it that way, Alex Cairns didn't have his best game, and I didn't blame him once because there's other people to blame before Joey Barton. And I think there's other people to blame before Darren Moore, but he comes in the shooting range for this. He's not reacted. He's not reacted to them going 1-0 down or even 2-0, even at half-time. And I said about in-game management, and that's the difference between the top 2 and Sheffield Wednesday. I know it was only 2 points, but my God, our 2 points are huge. That win that Plymouth won against them in, early in the season, 2-1, that in-game management skills, without that, Plymouth 99, Wednesday 98 is very close again. And I think Plymouth go on the run they do without that? No. Again, a couple of offside calls. I tell you what, we need the first stage of Peterborough. They're at 58 minutes, 2 minutes to go, and then they've hit the hour mark, which is huge for them. Aidan Flint has been released by Stoke today. Was thinking he might be usual for Fleetwood, but changed my mind now. Honestly, he looks well off the pace. I'd be gutted if we got 96 points and it's still only good enough to get third. And if this happens, there's something about, and I said this right on streams a lot. And I remember actually speaking to Tony, who's in the chat here, and I said to him in December, and you might remember this: whoever finishes third won't win the playoffs, because Wednesday all season have been driven to top two, and the focus has been on the playoffs for 7 games. Really, let's be honest with you. And they still had hope they could still go up until 3 weeks ago. They just needed someone to slip up for them, which they probably believed in. Peterborough have only ever believed in the top 6, really. Let's be honest, all season. And Barnsley and Bolton are very similar. Bolton have kind of just been, let's win. We need to keep in the playoffs. We need to keep in the playoffs. And there's just something about that worries me for Wednesday. And I'm not really surprised that they're 3-0 down. Do I think they could still go up? Yes. I'd love to see. If anyone has a betting app right now, will you let us know what the current odds are for Sheffield Wednesday to win promotion? I'd be very interested to know. As the Peterborough switch the ball on this far side, ball into the box. Mason Clark will hold the ball up. Mason Clark out to this far side. Can they get a ball into the box deflected? Have they got a corner or is it a goal kick? It's going to be a goal kick. True. There we are. Masterclass. That's what it is. Who do you think Alfie May will sign for, mate? Charlton favourites. I'd like to see him stay in League One. I could see him go to Charlton. He changes Charlton's entire team. Charlton, for me, are a shout for the playoffs if they get him. He's a difference. I know they've lost Raksaki, who's a very good player, but they've still got Miles Leaburn as well, who's a good player. And him and May, I think would work well together. Everyone believed in everyone believed Little Olgar would slip, and now they're 3-0 down. Look, I know I got a howler predicting Plymouth where I did. Don't get me wrong, but I always thought they just got the job done somehow. And people didn't like the fact they were getting the job done by the skin of the teeth. I like that. I've seen Fleetwood do it. Fleetwood went on an 18-game unbeaten run. Mate, we scored in the 96th minute away at Charlton to equalise. 97th minute at home to Southend to equalise. We were winning like Coventry, like 94th minute. We were getting late goals. It doesn't mean anything. And you were training on the beach with the Marines, weren't you, in the summer? And Schumacher just gets these players fitter than everyone else. And if you're fitter, you're stronger, and you've got that. I'll say something now. Plymouth could go for another 45 minutes. Other teams are literally blowing for gale, want the game done because how relentless Plymouth are, especially at home park. It's literally like Plymouth got the wind behind the back second half all the time, and they're relentless. Dennis Adrenian's coming on for Michael Smith. There's the first change. And it's taken an hour. 10 minutes too late, would you say? Or is it the right time for a change? It's going to be a long ball forward, looking to get into Clark Harris. Can't quite get it away. Don't worry, I predicted 10. I predicted you 12. Wait for my predictions already. Oh, my Lord. When they got it to this far-hand side. If they got a goal, it would be interesting. Windass will try and get across. Great block by Burrows. Windass again. Again, they got it on this far side, and he's offside. Peterborough are taking. They don't look scared. They don't look under threat, and they're not like counting down the minutes. Wednesday fans just going like that. Lads, I know the feeling. I'm just glad it's not me. That's all I can say. I'll tell you, if Fleetwood lost in the playoffs, I'd be going incognito. Like, literally, you wouldn't see me for a week. Alpha me to Reading, I think. Can they afford his wages? Like, I'll tell you what makes me laugh, right? When Derby fans say to me, we don't spend big on wages. We can only go up to 12 grand a week. Like, all right, I get that. But you're a League One club now. Like, you look at most clubs. I bet you most clubs are on 4 grand a week. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. Can I change my prediction from 4-0 prediction? 5-0. Wow. Bold. I said there'd be another goal at 2-0. I don't know if there'll be another goal. If there's going to be another goal, it'll be in the next 10 minutes as Poku gets a booking on 64 minutes. If you'd like to see this for the second leg, so both of the second legs this time, let us know in the comment section below. As Wednesday put a ball into the box, no one there. Embarrassing. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. He's picking the next Wickham Yo-Yo. Wickham Yo-Yo Club. Went up, came down, had to go to the playoffs. League One this year. Is that a Yo-Yo? Rotherham a Yo-Yo. Wigan a Yo-Yo. I can see your point, but Sheffield Wednesday a big bottle job. Yeah, I can't see him going anywhere else. I can't. Because he loves Wednesday too much. It's the issue. Peterborough just playing the ball around with style. I'd quite like to see a fourth, to be fair. For just the way they played. They deserve it, really. Wednesday haven't actually been really bad. They haven't been 3-0 bad. It's just Peterborough have been really good. And Wednesday just looks scared and timid. A Hickway will go on to Poku. Poor ball in, though, from him. 12-1 on Sheffield Wednesday promotion has just been matched already on Betfair. 4-1 to qualify from the tie. Thank you very much. I wonder what it is if it stays at 3-0 or goes 4-0. Not as much anymore. Since Ainsmith left, I think they've lost an identity a little bit. And they've tried to change a little bit too quickly for my liking. How does it feel to see Blackpool start on 6 points next season? Oh, that'll come back to bite me. All right, mate. To be fair, mate, I'm not really bothered about playing Blackpool next year. Like, I kind of want you to stay up because I couldn't be bothered playing you, really. That's where I stand with it. Like, I hate the Blackpool games with a passion. Like, yeah. I think Blackpool's managerial situation's a circus, though. I think Gary Bellier's a decent manager, but inspiring. I know he's saying he's not, but Dobby, really? Dobby is decent, done decent in charge, but over the long-term period in League One, he's got no pressure on him at the moment. He'll have pressure on him in League One to get Blackpool out of the league. This time it was just get as many points as you can and do the impossible, really. And if you didn't do it, then oh well. Iorfa charging forward now. Iorfa looks to get a ball in, fizzed across, nobody there. Peterborough get away, and they're looking on the counter attack. Wednesday have got bodies back. Peterborough got no one up. Iorfa with the header, scramble to nowhere. Another header, another header. How was Wednesday bring it down? Hello, Cam, how are you? No one wants to go to Lashes, the skint. It'd be interesting to see who they actually get. Wednesday charging forward, but it's a free kick to the posh. What would you Fleetwood get promoted or relegated or still make? So if Fleetwood got relegated, I thought about this last year for obvious reasons. I'd still make League One content with Fleetwood content. It'd be as simple as that. I love this. I've done too much on this division to give it up now. I'll still be covering Ipswich, Plymouth, and potentially the winner of the playoffs next year, as well as the losers of the win, the teams that went down in my live show. So make sure you stay on for that. January signings by McKenna, Wonders promotion. Lowengo, Hurst, Clark, Broadhead, all coming. Yeah, 100%. Clark is a very good right back. Hurst, great striker. Lowengo gave you something in midfield you don't have. That's what Wednesday don't have, a Lowengo type player. They're missing Briars. They don't have that. Do you know what I mean? That Lowengo's played 14 games and he could already be in the team of the season. Do you know what I mean? He just looks big. He looks daunting. He's got tattoos. He's massive. He's strong. It's just everything about him just seems daunting. And he's a good player as well. Wendy trying to get the ball in, but Posh staying firm. 22 minutes left to go here at, I call it London Road because it is London Road. I offer with a long diagonal pass, but again, Peterborough will deal with it, but it is a free kick to Wednesday. Burrows with the foul. Shout out to you, Jake. Bannon's just a poor man's Lowengo. But they're very different players. Bannon's a good player. Lowengo's world class, though, like for this level. Morsey's phenomenal as well. Like, wow. I'd say what, it says a lot when you lost Lee Evans early in the season. He was brilliant at the start of the year as well. They've got a great squad. It's how you improve Ipswich now, really. How you go to the next level. They've got a ball literally on the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, literally to the right, just outside the box, 20 yards out. It'll be a cross rather than a shot. And imagine just a cross right to the back post. No one there. Volleyed. Scrambled. They're asking for a penalty. Are they going to get it? Corner. No, they're not. I need to see it. I didn't see it. I don't see most things, but I certainly didn't see that. Dennis Adrenian, Marvin Johnson, all asking the question. It's a ball in. Let me see this now. Scrambled across. Oh, there's bodies in there. They're asking for a handball, I think. Let me have a look. I don't see it at the minute. Let me see again on this replay. Oh, I don't know. Corner comes in. And I can't make it out, I'm honest with you. Another ball comes in, good block. Difficult moment in the game for Posh. Norris comes out, flaps at it, scrambled off the line. It's going to be a free kick to Peterborough. I'm going to say this now. We always come on about difficult moments in the game. Norris is down. This is the most difficult moment in the game for Peterborough. If they get through this next 10 to 12 minutes, it's huge. Because 3-0 to 3-1, it's a totally different game. Believe me, 3-0, you're laughing. 3-1, ooh, danger territory. Right. I think he does. I think it comes off the elbow. I think Wednesday have a point. I think it should be a penalty from that view, from that angle anyway. But again, it's all about getting through this next 10 to 15 minutes. And when it goes well for Peterborough, they're phenomenal. They're a joy to watch. They're great at home. They score goals. They can beat anyone in League One. But when it doesn't go too badly and you ask him questions and they can crumble, and when it doesn't go well, it kind of, the saying, when it rains, it pours. That's the same with Peterborough. Obviously, 3-0 to Wycombe, 5-0 to Bolton. The worrying news is that Will Norris is down and Wednesday have got a corner. This could be interesting. I do think, from that angle, I needed to watch it 5 or 6 times before I bloody said anything, but wow. There you are. Thought we had VAR side. No, only the fact. That's a joke. That is an absolute joke. It worked so well last year in the playoff final in the Championship, didn't it? Joke. Like, you don't have it all season, you have it now. Why? I don't get that, really. It's going to be a corner. 72 minutes gone, but I bet, obviously 18 minutes to go, I bet you there's at minimum 6 added on. There's been 2 or 3 minutes here, a couple of minutes for the goal, a couple of subs, anything extra. He's talking now to the players. On a serious note, mate, hope you're well, and was good to see how good Alex was. To see Alex Cairns was good to you. Yeah, he's a top bloke. I love Cairnsy. I'll be seeing him tomorrow, hopefully all being well. Bannon with a corner. Right boot of Bannon. Goes above everyone. The crosses, every time Wednesday have got a ball in, they've not really done anything with it. Like, it's always been an overcut ball in, or no one's got to the end of it, or Peterborough have got a foot in. And they just need something to drop the way, and it might just do in the next 15 minutes. I fancy actually Wednesday to score in the next 15 minutes. And if they do, and wow, what a tie we've got at Hillsborough. But Peterborough have been a delight so far. The job's not done. You're talking 25 minutes yet. Still a large portion of this game with added time to go. Yeah, that was never a penalty against Derby, ever. Like, Joe. That's the reason why Peterborough in the playoffs. Like, mad. Ball in, scrambled, off the line. Wednesday off the line. Header on, away again. 2 blocks. Bannon. Twist, turns, ball back in. Header away. Bannon again. Oh, my Lord. On Wednesday back with the deepest outfield player. On Wednesday coming again. Posh in their moment. They've been under the cosh for the last 4 or 5 minutes, ball into the box. They've got the ball out right. It's a ball in from the right, header on. That'll go into Will Norris's hands and he will go down like a glove. It's going to be interesting. It's just mad how when you get a penalty that's not a penalty, that sends Curtis Davies off, I don't think it's a red card. Without that, Derby might get into the playoffs. That's got Peterborough into the playoffs. Peterborough are now beating Wednesday. Wednesday should have a penalty. And that one moment of Wednesday, I mean, a bit of luck has gone again. Because without that one moment, Wednesday could be cruising here. Football. Football is life, as Danny Roas would say. Didn't Sheffield Wednesday decline to offer a contract to Luengo last season? He went to Middlesbrough, didn't he? Didn't really work out for him there, did it? But Michael Carrick and that McKenna link, I just wonder, was that the reason why they got him? They shouldn't have had a penalty against Derby, yep. Which of the promoted League Two sides do you think will do well in League One? I think Orient will come in and do mid-table, be mid-table. I think Stevenage will struggle, but I think they can compete. A bit like Morecambe did in the first season. And Northampton, I think they'll be bottom 6 at this moment in time. Yes. All 3 goals. Wow. Can they hold on, though? That's the difference. They went 3-0 up nearly half an hour ago. How would you feel if you're a Wednesday fan now? Wednesday fans, if there are any in the chat, how are you feeling right now? Peterborough fans, if there's any in the chat, I know they'll all be at the game, but wow. It's a long way to travel on a Friday night when you've not been very good. Believe me. I've been many places on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday night, and Wednesday fans despair thinking of that another trip to Fleetwood. But again, it's not out, not over till it's over. They've still got another leg. They've still got 15 minutes left of this game. 13 minutes plus added time. Probably maybe 20 minutes. There's still time to score 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. You never know with football. But again, I think if they get 1 goal, this tie looks different. It really does. And I said win next or win last time. Very interesting. Chanziri is there, the Sheffield Wednesday owner. Obviously, they got to the playoffs about, 5-6 years ago and lost to Huddersfield. Peterborough coming forward now. Edge of the box, good tackle. And Wednesday can bring away. You know the exact game. That's how Wednesday fans are feeling right now. Yeah. House talk is in meltdown. Wow. I'll be having a look on there later. Do you think we'll sack more? Yes. I said before the game, Darren Moore got away with it last year. Who they played and why. His first year. Darren Moore will not be a Sheffield Wednesday manager if they lose on Thursday. I mean that if they win 2-0, they're out. I don't think he sticks. I really don't. Long ball forward into the box. Was that handball? Yes. Free kick to Wednesday. 12 minutes to go. Any questions? Let us know. Please like the stream, guys. That'd be appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. Anything is appreciated. We've gone to 1080 now on the stream. So if you want to upgrade from 720 to 1080 on your screen, you just tap settings and go to quality, and it should be able to go to 1080 for you. If you want to see my ugly mug in 1080, which I recommend just putting your phone down and listening to the side. Face fit radio, as I always get told. How do you rate your season? 7 out of 10. Steady. Want a little bit more, but pleasing. Next year, I don't want the same. We've got to push on. Your joke about Sheffield Wednesday going to Fleetwood. Sure, it is a good game. I want to keep all the big boys down here, but Fleetwood Town should not be playing Sheffield Wednesday in a league fixture. It's beyond crackers. There you get. there'll be more in their stadium on Thursday night than this population of our little town. So I'll take anything we get, when we play big boys. I just like playing them because if we lose, then we lose nothing. If we draw, it's a good result. And if we win, then wow. We saw that at Derby. I like playing the bigger boys, as you say. Better than playing Peterborough at home. That's all I say. At Peterborough at home, you're looking to get 3K. It's a really flat game. Wednesday, it's a 4,500 gate. They'll sell out the away end. There'll be them in our home end. You're talking, beer money, food money, all that. And we go away to Wednesday. We went away to Wednesday. We played Wednesday 4 times this year. I've only been able to watch one of our games against Wednesday, which is annoying. Obviously, due to me being in hospital. But, obviously, we beat them in the 4th round of the FA Cup. And then we played Burnley. And we held on to little, Burnley, who had a striker worth £5 million up front, Scott Twine in the side. A lot of the first team players playing, I think they only made about 4 or 5 changes. And it was still a strong side. We took them 89 minutes with 10 men as well. So I'm actually quite proud of how Fleetwood have done this season in part. You kind of think it's been a flat old season, but we've done very well for Fleetwood. We've competed again. That's what you've got to remember. A ball in from the posh, another header on. It's a game of head volleys now, and Peterborough, as long as they can keep hold of the ball, again, they're keeping Wednesday out. But I am proud of, to be a Fleetwood fan. Look, we're not the biggest. We'll never be the biggest. We've got a small fan base. Our support can be, small, but it's not poor. It's good for the number, and everyone that goes to a game deserves credit. Whether you go to one game a season or 46 games a season, you're a fan. And, Fleetwood Town have done remarkably well to be able to compete with clubs like Sheffield Wednesday, Derby, Bolton, these clubs. And, sometimes, your 10th year in League One, you've got to put that into perspective. I'm delusioned by 1 year in the Championship, and you've got to kind of, you kind of take a step back. You're in League One, we've done well, and you see the quality on show tonight. When the playoffs comes on TV, you kind of think, I want that to be my club. But we'll come back to that in a minute. As Peterborough played lovely triangle football. Ball into the box. Back post. What a save. I think Cameron Dawson's made the save. Pulled across. Headed across. 4-0. It's 4-0. It's 4-0. It's Johnson Clark-Harris. He's had a quiet game for him. It's his second shot on target. And Clark-Harris. Wow. This game, I think, if it stays 4-0, is game, set and match. Peterborough fans waving at the Wednesday fans. Wow. Sheffield Wednesday have turned into a mess. It was all triangle football. Pass to the outside, pass inside, pass to the outside. And I said the wing-backs have been crucial for them. Is Clark-Harris in an offside position when the ball was played there? And I was going to go to VAR. Well, again, it was a good save originally by Dawson. And again, what a ball in by Ward. What a save by Dawson. Just flicks it with his left-hand side. The ball slipped across, and Clark-Harris is there to head home at the back post. Ward, what a ball in. Low driven. He's flicked on by Jack Taylor. What a save by Ward. Jack Taylor keeps it alive, and it's 4-0. Jack Taylor got the first goal. He's got an assist for the 4th goal. Wow. What a goal. 4-0. I can't believe it. And if you remember rightly, Bolton won, was it 4-0 at Wembley? Something like that. Was it 4-1, 4-0? We just love it. We just love a late goal, don't we? And Peterborough fans are bouncing. I wonder how many will turn out at Hillsborough on. Tell you what, I can't wait to see the reaction of Darren Moore after this. Wow. I honestly believe Darren Moore will get sacked. Because last year, he had the benefit of the doubt that they played Sunderland. They lost 2-1 on aggregate, lost in the last minute, and had a pretty good season. 96 points all season, dropped 42 points, and a team 19 points below you that squeaked into the playoffs. That, let's be honest, 10 times smaller Sheffield Wednesday are beating you. And that is why I love this game. That's why I love League One. Anyone beats anyone. And wow. But Wednesday away, sometimes they just turn into crumble, don't they? Like, they've just they just look scared. And Peterborough, I know they've taken risks, but the football they play, it's just, breathtaking. One touch, bang. One touch, bang. So quick, relentless. Get the balls out to the side, get across into the box and hit your target man. Get midfielders run forward, play forward. And Jack Taylor, he kind of all starts from midfield. And again, that's how it started. A lot of balling from Ward, and Taylor running forward. He's making a good save from his shot. Good save, and he pulls it back across to Clark Harris, and he makes it 4-0. The wingers again. The third goal was a cross from a wing, and the other winger scores. Second goal, the wing back scoring a goal. First goal, a mistake. That is the difference. Balling by banging from a corner. Header on. Good save. Does it go out for a corner? No, it doesn't. Wow. 4-0. Wow. Small fan base. Megan Rich on it. You're going down next season. Okay. The attempt was offside. Wednesday screwed here by the ref. They should have had a penalty at 3-0, and that was offside. Like I said, I thought it was from both of them. Are Jack Taylor's running behind again. Jack Taylor, Will Vokes as well, but Jack Taylor is a man possessed. Will Vokes moaning for a foul. Jack Taylor cuts in. Away. Tell you what, imagine they got another one. Jeez, what a goal! Unbelievable. Can imagine a few caps being thrown away and whippets are hiding for their safety. Yeah. You could definitely see Sheffield Wednesday fans, although it's not over, are definitely on like the hotel website, unbook. Reece James coming on for Michael Hickway on 86 minutes. If only Wednesday let Derby win. I know. It's mad, isn't it? Come on, people, finish them off. What a goal. 4-0. Miles offside, the first cross. Denied a stonewall pen and a clear offside given. League One for you, innit? It's League One. And 96 points to make a mistake by the goalkeeper. The second one, a deflection. Well done, good defending. Wednesday just trying to nip him behind, get a long ball forward. But when people deal with it very well. The second goal was a deflection. It was a great hit. Third goal was a great cross. And it was a great finish. Literally, if you look at it, it's all kind of come from crosses all Peterborough's goals. First one was obviously fired across, goal. Second one was a kind of all came from across and hit out. Third one was a great cross from Mason Clark, and Poku pokes home. Fourth one was another kind of dink across and headed home. Wow. Silly how good Vale away was, to be fair. We are the champions playing out. I saw that. I'm actually quite happy they won the league, Plymouth. Best away game I've ever done. Transferred to start. I don't think it's done if you don't win 5-0 or win 4-0. 2-0 you get away with. You kind of been weird. Like you kind of thought anything less than 1-0, anything 1-0 defeat or less or more kind of for the U is a good result. But like. At 1-0, you didn't react. And then at 2-0, you kind of thought, oh, here we go. And 3-0, 4-0 just happened. And negative, really, playing away first leg. It'd be very different if you played at home because you wouldn't be 4-0. I said people needed to go for it. Jesus. Like, what did Darren Ferguson put in their Cheerios this morning? That's what I want to know. It's just mad. If this was away, if people were away first, would it be 4-0? You know what I mean? That's what you got to ask yourself. Peterborough deserve massive amount of credit. They played football with style, with courage, with dignity. Look, they've rode the luck with decisions, but it's football. Wednesday had one the other day. You get them as much as you give them. You know what I mean? Never heard an Argyle away end like it. Wow. 4,000 and a bit. That's the last time that away end's being used because they're swapping it round for some weird reason at Vale. It's not like they fill the other end behind the goal. That's what I don't get. Might as well sat more before the replay. Plymouth winning the league gives a club like Fleetwood hope they can do the same. Plymouth finished 18th a couple of years ago. Bear in mind, who finished 18th? Port Vale. Was it Port Vale who finished there this year? I know it's obviously a while off, but all Plymouth have got is good. Obviously, they've got a great support base, but they've got a great recruitment strategy. Brought good players in, a good manager in, a young manager, gave him an opportunity to shine, use the loan market, and just shone. It's going to be, it is. He's done really, really well. Wednesday now. Oh, just so sloppy. Shout out to that Luton vlogger who called Posh versus Bolton final. He's half right. Wow, fair play. How often does a team that finishes third win the playoffs? I've not looked into this, but I did some research last year, and not as often as you may think. Believe me, because Sunderland finished a ball across. Sunderland finished 5th last year and won it. Year before, who was it who won it the year before? I'm trying to think. I know all these stats, but my memory of playoffs, because Fleetwood are never in them, is it's Blackpool won it the year before. Blackpool finished third. Blackpool finished third 2 years ago and went up, got 80 points. Beat Lincoln in the final. Oh, I wish he was here. I wish he was here. This is absolutely embarrassing. There's been no real fight since the third goal. And a team like Sheffield Wednesday, no fight. We're 90 plus minutes, guys. I'm going to go 6 minutes. Yep, 6 minutes added on. A player from your club, you should go for is Conor Grant. He's on my list, believe me. Conor Grant. Danny Mayer. Luke Jeffcott I'd have a lot of them, believe me. I think a lot of clubs will be sniffing around that retain list. It's that time of year where every fan looks at different retainers and go, yeah, want him. Forgets about how they play, or, we play 3-5-2. Oh, he's a right winger. Oh, yeah, we'll have him. We finished 4th in League 2 and got slapped by 7th place Wimbledon at Wembley. Akinfenwa scored his last game, didn't he? Late on. Plymouth's record at Wembley is not very good, is it? Sack Moore. Wow. Again, keep your comments coming, guys. Thank you for the support on this stream as well. A long ball forward. If Wednesday can just get a consolation now, it could be, good. Peterborough playing around with it at the back. They just need to get it away now. Oh, what a crunching tackle by Dominic Iorfa on Mason Clark. Let him know you're there. 30 yards probably into Peterborough's half. Dominic Iorfa comes charging out. That is a tackle out of frustration on Mason Clark. Mason Clark picks the ball up. Wasn't really driving anywhere. Mason Clark Iorfa just charges at him and tackles him. And that's out of frustration. Jeff got 15 goals / assists last season. This just makes Ipswich win against Posh look even more impressive. So there were some big wins along the way, weren't there, for Ipswich? Peterborough, Barnsley, all up there as well. Marcus made me have hope about Lincoln Van Soo. Great day out at yours. Really friendly, unlike Bolton and Peterborough. Would love Barnsley to go up from my heart, but Peterborough, we can't play against them. I'm just happy to keep Wednesday in the league if obviously they don't win 5-0, but I think the bigger clubs in the League One, the better. Peterborough coming again. With 93 minutes, it's all about now. 4-0 is wow. Unbelievable. Don't go to anything stupid. Don't go all out guns blazing for a 5th and try and concede, because a 3-goal lead at Hillsborough is good, but a 4-goal one is very good. We will be doing one for the second leg, so please subscribe for that. We could see the comeback of the century. A long ball up the pitch, and again, Peterborough retain possession. 3 minutes to go. What a job Darren Ferguson's done. 14 wins in 23 games. It is just phenomenal. It really is. 42 points from 22 league games got them in to the playoffs. Just under 2 points a game. That would have them around 4th in the playoffs. They're one of the best sides in the division. And that 3rd goal, was they'll pick it a lot for me. A great ball from Mason Clark, poked home by Kimino Poku with a header. Phenomenal. phenomenal goal. And great cross, great header home. And Mason Clark comes off and Ricky J. Jones will come on for the last 3 minutes and will clap his home faithful. You think Argyle will get Morgan Whittaker? I do. I think it'll be a late one, though. I think if you can't get him, don't go chasing all window for him, though. But yeah, Mayer wants to move back to the Bury area, and you do fall into that. It's not miles away. Conor Grant, I'm devastated with. He had it in the Championship. Yeah, agree with that. I'd love Danny Mayer. Obviously, he was great at Bury under Ryan Lowe, good for thinking. His goals tally doesn't really do him justice because he's a very good player, Danny Mayer, and there's goals in him. And you look at his goal stats, he doesn't look impressive, but you need to watch him play to kind of see his real him. There's a lot of players like that there's so many players that have so many goals and assists, and if I'm honest with you, they're not great players. But there's so many players that don't really score or assist, but they're phenomenal players. Goals and assists are good, but they don't tell you everything. Have Wednesday won 5-0 any time this season at home? Forest Green Rovers at home rings a bell. Exactly. Go on the cards. And Ipswich. I think Connor would have. Bear in mind, can I just say, by the way, Fleetwood did the double over Peterborough and won 1-0. Didn't concede. Championship, yeah. See it final. Peterborough coming again, charging forward. Oh, and a slip up there. 95 minutes. Wendy knocked the ball long. No one there. The goalkeeper will be there to gather it. And what a performance from Peterborough United. They have almost there for a 4-0 victory. Peterborough United 4, Wednesday 0. I'm sure Wednesday fans will wake up in the morning and think, was it all a dream? And honestly, the first leg, it often gets as though it's boring. As we said, it's, can be a bit tedious, but wow, what a game it's been. And Peterborough have taken the game and Wednesday have had no answers. And as a long ball forward, Peterborough are going for a fifth. They've just been relentless. They have done what Sheffield Wednesday have done to most teams when they went on that 23-game unbeaten streak. And Peterborough have just knocked the ball off them again. Into the box. Shoot. Into the box. What a save, Cameron Dawson. It should be 5-0 blocked over the bar. It should be 5-0. Kimano Poku. Wow, what a save, Cameron Dawson. He made 2 big saves. He made one about 15 minutes ago before the goal. Poku just gets through with it. Honestly, there's 2 Wednesday players there. Poku's it. And he just dribbles through. It's like they've gone, yeah. Honestly, it's like having a door bolt for a what's it as Sheffield Wednesday's defence. And that is it. It ends 4-0 to Peterborough United. Job well done. They go on Thursday with a 4-goal lead. What a result. And again, thank you so much for the support on the stream. Enjoy the stream. Ben, say hello to Kennedy tomorrow. Thank you very much. 10-1 to qualify and 22 to be promoted. Now, that's worth £1, isn't it? Just in case. That would have been the end of it. Wow. We talk about moments, right? And I'm going to talk about 5 moments here quickly. The miss from Michael Smith at 0-0. The deflection, the mistake from Cameron Dawson. The cross at 3-0. The penalty that didn't get given. And the Johnson Clark Harris one. That was the 6th one. That was the 6th moment in the game that would have rattled it up at 5-0. Look, 4-0's still perfect, but at 5-0, there's no coming back. 4-0, there's a chance. We will be here next week as well for live streams. A Wednesday fan has got their hand in their head like that. I know the feeling. Peterborough players, Darren Ferguson is probably the best manager to have right now because he understands that it's not job done. It is pretty much job done, let's be honest. But he'll have been working, going to Hillsborough with the mentality we've still got to go for this and still got to go and get it won. So, yeah. Hello, Owen. Thanks for joining the stream, mate. Hope you're well. Great stream. Hope everyone liked and subscribe. Thank you, Sue. Yes, if you haven't already, subscribe down below, guys. Getting close to 11k subscribers. We set an ambitious aim to hit 11k subscribers by the end of May. So if you could help us out, We're not too far off now either as well. But goals from Taylor, Ward, Poku and Clark Harris sealed the deal as well. It's a great result. We will be here on Thursday for the second leg and Friday for the second leg of Bolton Barnsley. Unfortunately, there won't be a stream tomorrow due to me going to Salford Stockport. But again, there'll be a vlog for that, so stay tuned to the channel. We've got so much playoff content coming from Leagues 1 and Leagues 2 as well, expanding out a little bit in the next few weeks as well. Maybe a full-time thing if it goes well. Again, we've got videos coming, reaction to table predictions coming out very soon as well. Team of the season coming out next week as well. And also so much more. So if you could subscribe, like the stream, get notifications on, because when I upload, it's good to see so many of you there coming from notifications as well. And also I've noticed over 45% of my viewers at the minute are not subscribed. So if you could subscribe, if you haven't got a YouTube account and you watch this kind of without one, go and make one up. It takes, less than 5 minutes. Subscribe below because it helps the channel grow as well. So thank you so much for everyone that's watching. Good luck to Bolton and Barnsley tomorrow. Come and follow me on Twitter, FDSE Nappers. We'll have feedback for that because I will be watching the game as I'm on my way to Manchester. Ashton in the Mud, I'll be giving that man a little bit of a message. We have Ben House. Not sure if he will be fit. Again, excellent coverage on man. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. As always, Sheffield Wednesday crumble continues. Hi, mate. What a game. Absolutely. Well done, Ben. Thoroughly entertaining stream. It takes some talent to commentate like that with knowledge unscripted. Well done. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We always put a lot of work into these streams. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And that's all that matters. Again, don't obviously get paid this, but I don't really care because I just enjoy doing it. Enjoy about talking about football because I don't want to be talking to my cats about it because none of my friends like League One. They're all in Fantasy League in Prem, aren't they? Up the Imps. So, again, here's a Lincoln fan that I like, unlike other one. Again, great stream, mate. Let me know what your dad thinks of Corey Leave. Oh, I'll be taking him. This man's got me addicted to Corey. Great stream. Thank you very much as well. But again, thank you so much for everyone that's watched, liked, subscribed, and joined me this season as well. This is your place to be for League One content throughout the playoff period, throughout the summer. We'll have videos on retain lists, on signings, on kind of, we're not stopping this year. Last year we took a 6-week break. This time it's literally a 10 to 14 day break, and we're back in with the League One content next season as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn notifications on. We're going to hit 11k subscribers hopefully by the end of May. Until next time, where I'll be uploading a few videos, and we'll be back with the playoff watch-alongs next week as well to see if Sheffield Wednesday can do the impossible and win by 5-0 or 4-0. Or by 4 goals, let's be honest, and win on penalties. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. And I'm going to go all out there before I go. I think it might be a Peterborough in the final. I know that's a bit bold, but it could happen. Thanks for watching.